Today's video is sponsored by Forever Pick, exotic wood guitar picks. Handmade one at a time in Chicago, Illinois, you can choose from a selection of exotic woods that will actually improve your guitar's tone. Take advantage of an exclusive 25% off coupon when you buy the full 6-pack at the link in the description. And remember, when you support my sponsors, you support this channel, and I sure appreciate it.
Hey y'all, it's a shitpost weekend on Channel 2.
Okay, and finally in the news, I saw this article the other day, which I thought was very interesting and kind of buttressed up some of the arguments that I've been making lately about live shows and you know why people are kind of eschewing the guitar as an instrument they want to express themselves musically with. This article claims that guitar sales went up 16% after music fans were wowed at Glastonbury Festival in Scotland. So apparently, let's see, who all played in Glasgow? The Cure played there, The Killers, and there were some other, I guess a bunch of other, Vampire Weekend, Kylie Minogue were some of the others. Let's see, according to this store, Guitar, I didn't even know this was a retailer, but I guess they're the biggest one in the UK. Guitar said it witnessed a 16% jump in sales of electric guitars at the weekend after people were inspired by days of performances at Worthy Farm in Somerset. So that's the Glastonbury effect, is what they're calling it, which is the yearly spike in guitar sales that they see. So you got all these youthful people, they go out and they have a good time watching these guitar-based bands, and they want to go play guitar themselves, and that's the way it should be. That's the way it always has been. But, you know, if the show sucks, you know, you're not going to have that effect. You're going to have the effect of like, man, this is lame. Guitar's lame, you know? Or if people aren't moved, and this is what I was talking about in one of my recent videos where I was kind of going over Joe Bonamassa's criticisms of the modern rock show, you know, where he was talking about, you know, in-ear monitors and the way that everything is set up. It just kind of makes people sit in the pocket more and just afraid to burst out and express themselves. And I totally agreed with that assessment. And, you know, I mean, to me, this is kind of proof. This is proof of the fact that if you go to a live show and it's a great live show, you know, and you're a young person and your first experience with guitar music, or you've been just blown away by guitar music for the first time in your life, it's going to inspire you to want to play yourself. You know, you will want to impress people the same way that you see the people on stage impressing people. So, you know, you're going to go out and you're going to want to pick up a guitar. And actually it says that the store bosses have said that the website also saw a 20% boost in the number of visitors aged 18 to 24, while the website searches for Schecter guitars, which are used by Robert Smith and Simon Gallup of the Cure, rose by 55% after the band took to the stage on Sunday night. So, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Put on good live shows, put on good rock shows, put guitarists up on a stage that move people with their instruments, and you're going to have this effect. You're going to sell more guitars, and I think guitar companies should take notice of this. You know, if there's a Glastonbury effect that happens every year, and they do say that in this article that it does happen every single year, not necessarily to the 16% level, but it does happen. This is something you need to take notice of, and you need to encourage, you need to support some of these, you know, the good festivals throughout the country and throughout Europe and stuff that, you know, put these things on and try to partner with them in some way. Maybe even have some of your guitars there on site, set up some booths. I know a lot of guitar manufacturers already do this sort of thing, but, you know, maybe do more of it. And, you know, this is the future of guitar. I mean, right here. If you want to sell more guitars, this is the way to do it. You've got to reach this young audience. So that'll do it for the news. Let's get to some viewer mail. Okay, first up in viewer mail, this is from Asley or Azel. And this is the fellow, actually I did a Channel 2 video on one of his amplifiers. I'll put a card up here if you want to go see that. He was kind enough to film a really strange European amplifier that I'd never seen before, and I kind of checked that out on Channel 2 at one point. I think it was Channel 2 I put that on. But this has actually been opened by Customs. I guess they thought that, oh, who knows what they thought. They probably scanned this. It says audio CD, but they had to have scanned this and seen that it was a CD, and you know, it didn't contain drugs or something. So maybe I'm on some kind of FBI list now because the FBI visited my house. So, you know, anything that's coming from overseas, they're automatically going to think is some kind of, you know, I don't know. Who the hell knows? But this is very cool. Thank you, Asley. I appreciate that. I never really confirmed how to pronounce your name, so I'm going to cover my bases here. It's either Asley or Azel. This is let's see, the Beast of Burden, Southbound is the name of, I guess is the name of the album. So yeah, I'm definitely going to check this out. As always, I cannot check out anyone's music on the channel, but I will. If you send me a CD, I'll definitely give it a listen, and I'll let you know what I think. But I can't play it on the channel just for, you know, because you never know when copyright strikes are going to hit you, and I just can't. I can't take the risk on that kind of stuff. But thank you so much, Asley. I appreciate it. It says here's the album Southbound by local band Beast of Burden from Namsos, Norway. Music is a mix of blues, rock and roll, Americana, and English pub rock. I joined the band in 2015 as the bass player, but this CD was made in 2012, so I wasn't involved. Okay. Okay. The guitar player, songwriter, and occasional singer is the owner of that Vingtor amp that I made a short video of. Okay, so that's cool. Thanks, Asla. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you being a loyal subscriber and a loyal viewer for all this time, and I'm glad that you're one of the people that hasn't run away as a result of all my rants. Yeah, like I said, I have a lot of stuff this week that I need to get through. This was given to me by TJ. This is a Johnny Highland album. This is one I didn't have. And this was, I did not know this, but one of Johnny's, this album is executive produced by Steve Vai, which is pretty cool. I'm going to play that a little bit later. So thanks, TJ. I appreciate that. Also, there was a pube. This was sent by Timothy Horan, and he's a fellow who sent me some other things as well on vinyl in the past. So I've got a vinyl record here, and this is, what is this? Oh, okay, this is the band Television, and the album is Marquee Moon. So that's cool. You know, I haven't listened to this very much. I think I might have heard this a handful of times, but I don't know. I've never sat down with it and actually, you know, gotten into it. So this will give me a chance to do just that. So thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Limited double blue vinyl. Cool. I bet this is a good pressing. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. This is from Terry Dayton of Battle Creek, Michigan. And let's see what Terry has sent. I always try to open it. If you guys ever send me something, just keep in mind I always try to open it from the bottoms because it doesn't show your address and everything. So let's see what Terry sent along here. It's been a while since I talked to him, so I'm not really sure what it is. It's got a glass. Oh, this is Terry. Oh, Terry. This is Terry from D-Lab. That's cool, man. Right on. I didn't yeah, obviously, duh. Terry Dayton. Yeah, it's from Terry from D-Lab. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Holy shit, that's awesome. Oh man, that's like a little whiskey glass. Well, I guess you might use it for a wine glass, wouldn't you? That reminds me, I wanted to say something about one of your recent videos. You made a recent video about a Harmony H415 amplifier, and here I want to explain a couple things about that. I think I made a reply to that video, and I think it might have been culled out because of the way that YouTube does sometimes. Because I put a link to my video, so I think it probably edited it out. But anyway, yeah, that amplifier actually had been on my bench before, and there was a power supply resistor in there, and that should have been a 1K, and if it wasn't a 1K, then because I think I upped it from what was in there originally. It was originally like a 560 or something like that, and I went ahead and just upped it to a 1K, or so I thought. If I actually made a mistake and put a 100 ohm in there, then that was my bad. But I thought I put a 1K, so it's possible. And that should have been a 2-watt resistor as well, so that should have been actually equivalent to what was already in there, because I think what was already in there was either a 1 watt or a 2 watt to begin with. But anyway, I wanted to explain myself because it was just like, it was like, holy shit, well, man, that didn't go well, did it? Or it didn't last long, because I'd already serviced that amp. And the fact that you got it on your bench and you were like, hey, you know, this has been serviced before, and the person who didn't serve it, who serviced it before, it might not have done the best job. So I was like, oh man, that's embarrassing. But so yeah, there was that. And also I cleaned the hell out of those input jacks. There was just a bunch of other stuff there too that was just like, oh man, that's embarrassing. But I think, what was the main problem with it when you got it? Oh, it was the electrolytic caps had finally bit the dust. But they were fine whenever I got it. And my experience with those electrolytic can caps from the 60s have always been kind of good. So my thought on that was, yeah, you know, I'm servicing this to flip it. That was the main goal, was to, you know, service it and make it, you know, and you could actually see at the end of my video, I did test it and everything sounded great and it was operating perfectly. But it's just one of those cases where, you know, the power caps just ended up biting the dust, and it's unfortunate. So to the person that I sold that to, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. If you had gotten in contact with me, I would have taken care of you on that, because I always stand behind my work, and if it's something that, you know, I had done or failed to do, you know, I would have taken care of you on it. But yeah, man, Terry, that's awesome, dude. Thank you so much for that. If you guys haven't checked out Terry at D-Lab, or his channel, excellent channel, D-Lab. He does a lot of amplifier repairs, just like me. He'll take you along on a ride and a journey, show you the inside of amplifiers, show you what he does to repair them. And he's one of these guys, you know, just like Uncle Doug, that makes great, excellent electronics videos that are guitar oriented. And yeah, definitely check him out. I'll put a link in the description where you can go subscribe to his channel. Okay, this next one is from Alan Caldwell at Florissant, Colorado. And I'm gonna open from the bottom so you can't see his address. Let's see what Alan has sent here. And is this a... Let me make sure that this is even a viewer mail. This might even be a repair. Hang on. He didn't specify. Yeah, I usually have people put whether something is a repair or viewer mail. That way I can separate the stuff out when it gets here. And I'm not sure which this is. I'm not sure if it's a viewer mail or a repair. This might be a repair. I'd have to go back through my emails and stuff to really know for sure, but let's at least see what it is. Looks like there's 2 things in here. Oh yeah, this is going to be, I think this is going to be a repair. Okay, this is a repair that should be coming up at some point, of a little Vox MV50. The only reason I took this repair on, because this little Vox MV50 is, you know, these are relatively new amps. So, you know, this is one of those things where this shouldn't have failed, for one, because it's really new. Secondly, this contains one of the new tubes by Korg, so it'll be interesting to get into this and see how it's laid out, see how they have isolated the new tube, see how they've incorporated it into the circuit, and all that kind of stuff. That will be an interesting one. So, like I said, I've been really selective. A lot of you, I mean, I get so many requests for repairs and stuff, I couldn't possibly take them all in, even if I wanted to. And I'm trying to be somewhat selective about these. And the thinking on this was that it would tie into something that I've already talked about on the channel before, and this is definitely something I've never repaired on the channel before, and it could, you know, it could be an interesting repair to see what has failed with a Vox MV50 so close to its purchase date. Yep. Yeah, that's just the power cable. So, okay. So yeah, that's going to be coming up in a repair video at some point, so definitely hit subscribe and see all this stuff in the future. This box is from the fellow at the Flatwoods Monster Museum, and he sent me some stuff in the past, and he said he got some... He didn't even... I don't think he even warned me he was sending anything this time, so this is a surprise. Wow, that's a nice hoodie. Oh, that's great. Oh, man. I wonder if this one glows in the dark, too. I bet it does. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, that's a real nice hoodie. Very cool. Just my size. Man, you can't have enough hoodies, dude, especially when wintertime comes around. You know what it's like. You know what it's like at this latitude during the wintertime. Definitely appreciate that. That's cool. And then I got another t-shirt? What's this? Elk River Water Trail. That's awesome too. 2019 Summer Float. If you guys haven't, like I said in some previous videos where he has sent me things, Andrew, definitely if you've never gone to West Virginia on a vacation or anything, it should be on your list of must-see places, especially if you go kind of in the spring or the fall. That seems to be when it's just the most beautiful. Obviously in the fall you're going to have all the changing leaves and everything, which are just beautiful anywhere where you have the Appalachian mountain range. But yeah, they also have a very cool network of rivers and stuff that you can go down. You can whitewater raft on, or kayak, or what have you, if you're into that. And it's just amazing. It's an amazing place to have a real good time if you're into outdoor stuff. So definitely check that out. What does he send here? Let's see. Bird Cloud, singles only. Okay, I guess this is some music. Brad, I sent you many Flatwoods Monster things in the past. Included a copy of the album Single Only by Bird Cloud. They are a female band out of Nashville. Okay, so that's who that is. Old-time-ish sounding country with a punk rock attitude. Okay, I'll check that out. If your audience is interested, we have Flatwoods Monster stuff on our YouTube channel, as well as some videos that feature other area attractions like our lakes and whatnot. So go to Braxton WV is the name of their channel, so definitely check that out. And thank you very much, Andrew. I appreciate that as always. And this thing looks cool too, this poster. That is awesome. That's going on my wall somewhere. I'm running out of space on my wall, but I'll find a spot for that. Very cool. Man, thank you very much, Andrew. I really appreciate all of this, dude. And just every time you send me stuff, I'm just, I'm really humbled by the fact that anybody sends me anything, but the fact that you sent me so much stuff, over the course of time is very much appreciated. Thank you very much, man. Okay, this is the last thing I'm going to open this time. I do have another some other packages from Don Logan, who had sent me some, if you guys will recall, he sent me a bunch of like really awesome old catalogs and stuff, and I've got some massive boxes from him that we're just gonna have to do a whole dedicated video to, but this is the last bit of viewer mail I wanted to open, at least on this Shitpost Friday, so hopefully whatever it is not damaged. This might also be something that is supposed to be a repair, but it's not really labeled, and it looks like it might be a future repair because we got something here. What do we have? Oh wow, that's cool. That's an old, look at the case. That's a cool old radio. If you wanted to build like a little Valco amp into it, like a little Valco clone or something, that would be awesome for that, because of this is definitely Valco looking when you look at it. Looks like a 40s Valco. But that's cool, whatever. I'm not, like I said, I'm not sure. I can't recall a lot of this stuff because I talk to so many people, honestly, on a weekly basis. It's just, it's hard for me to keep up with everybody and to know what's what when I open it. And I just, I'm just using, somebody's like, hey, I want to send you some stuff, and I'm usually like, okay, well, here's my address. If you want to send it along, that's cool, man. And I'm like, thank you. But, I might forget 20 minutes later when I've talked to 20 other people what's what. So that's kind of cool. I like that. I know this is just packaging, but I like that artwork on there. That's awesome. Safeway Waterfront Blues Fest. So there's nothing in here about it. I'm thinking, I guess maybe we'll go through let's just go through the inside of this thing. Like I said, I really can't remember whether this is something that was sent as a repair or what. And I'm really sorry for that. There's not even a name on the box. So I don't know who, I can't say who sent this, and I don't know what for. It's just like random stuff in my mail. Maybe, I don't know, maybe there's something, like a letter or something scrolled away inside that'll elucidate. And that's a good word. There's your word for the day. Elucidate. Illuminate. Yeah, see, this definitely used to be a radio, because that was the antenna. AM. This was AM radio, probably from the 40s. And what do we have here? What is this? We've got tubes. Got some tubes here. Cool. Yeah, man, I'm really struggling to try to remember what was what here, man. I got several tubes. I got to go back through my emails, I guess, and figure out who sent this. And, you know, like I said, it's one of those things. I talk to so many people, and so many different people are wanting to either send something or as a repair or as a viewer mail sort of thing that I can't always keep it straight. What do we have here? Oh, it's a 6F6. These might have been the tubes that came out of this or something, and the chassis was just shot. And I'm getting a whiff of recollection on this. I just need to go back to my email. But it looks like we've got some tubes, and so whoever sent this, I'm sorry, I don't remember who you are. If you'd included a letter or something, that's another good thing. You guys should, if you send me something, definitely try to include a letter so I can keep everybody straight. And this is a Cunningham. You don't see a whole lot of those. 6SA7. So yeah, I'm thinking this is gonna have probably the tubes that came out of this radio. No, it can't all be the tubes that came out of this radio, because look at the size of that. That's gonna be a big. It's going to be a big 6L6 or something, or what do we have here? Yeah, that's a big 6L6G. Nice. And it looks like we might have a pair of them in here. Yeah, if you have a really old, 30s or 40s amplifier that you want to restore, and you have a good set of these 6L6Gs, they always look really nice. That's a number 83. That would be a rectifier tube. So I would say the 6L6s and this one were in the same thing, and this has got some flakes. This has got some flakes down inside of it. I don't know if can you see those, like the flakes that are in there. I don't know what those are pieces of. It looks like maybe the flakes, that could possibly be a filament that has exploded or something, but it might also just be some random flakes from the manufacturing process, and that could be still a good tube, although I would be highly skeptical of it. So if I do put that one into something, I'm gonna keep one eye on it as I bring it up slowly on a variac or something, just to make sure it doesn't blow anything up. Or burn out of the transformer winding or something like that. But let's see, this will be the other 6L6. Yeah, very nice. Old Sylvania 6L6Gs. These don't output as much, and they don't have the same plate dissipation as like a 6L6 GC, which came much later. But these are still very good sounding tubes if you get a good pair of them. And like I said, they look the part when you're restoring an old 30s or 40s amplifier, especially because that's the time frame where these would have been in equipment. So that's really, really cool, man. Thank you so much. Whoever sent this, once again, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And this little cabinet is going to become something. And I'm presuming that this is for me to keep, because it doesn't look like there's much of a project here. So, I'm presuming that this is viewer mail. And I'm gonna definitely make something out of this because this cabinet is just too freaking cute. Look at this thing. I mean, this is definitely gonna get a little speaker and some kind of that's cool. It's still got that because there'll be some kind of little control panel or something over here. I'll make some amp inside of this. I'm gonna get something to put over here that will be, maybe I'll do like a dual thing, like where I'll have one little chassis that has the controls and put over here, and then maybe maybe even have it where you can see one of the tubes glowing through that window. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? Like if you could see, you know, put the chassis down here and then have maybe like a single-ended output or something, and have like one of the main tubes, like power tube right there where you can see it glow. That would look badass. I'm going to give this some thought. That's definitely going to become something at some point. Cool little cabinet. So whoever sent this to me, sorry I don't know your name, but thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And thanks to everybody who sent stuff this time. I appreciate it very much. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for Shitpost
Weekend on Channel 2.
Hit subscribe down below. Also hit the bell to receive all notifications. We'll see y'all later.